What's going on, guys? I'm here to review the latest episode of Pokemon Horizons. This episode is titled Fly Wattrel, and the summary for this episode is Roy and Fuecoco are curious about a particular Wattrel they met during the picnic, so they decide to go see it again. It seems there are certain reasons this Wattrel spends time away from his flock. Meanwhile, Friede spots a suspicious Pokemon near the airship and starts chasing it when it tries to escape. Where would this chase take him? So, first and foremost, I wanted to say that this episode is definitely a step up from last week, 100%. This episode's actually pretty good. The main part of this episode is definitely Roy and Wattrel, them building up their bond with him, of course, trying to teach him how to fly. I think that stuff is really great. It's definitely great build up for the inevitable capture because that was very predictable. I predicted it last episode that she was probably going to catch it, and he catches it in this episode. But that's not a bad thing at all. Like, they definitely built up to it well. It does not feel forced by the time it happens. It's really great. I think that whole bond, seeing them, bond with Roy, of course, determined to have him fly, of course, determined to get him back to his flock. I think all that stuff is great, and it's definitely great build up to the inevitable capture. It definitely feels like it was earned. It does not feel forced, like I said. That's great stuff. Great stuff. Also wanted to mention Murdoch in this episode. I think we see a lot of Murdoch in this episode. I think that's really great. Of course, I love seeing characters go off and do whatever, because it's great character development, right? You see him go off with Liko at first. They go and get some ice cream and go shopping and stuff. We see him murk out over spices, of course. I do love seeing that. I love seeing, characters like that bond. I love seeing character combinations like that. And with a big crew like this, a relatively big crew, it's about 6 or 7 people, I think. Probably wrong, but I don't feel like counting right now off my hand. But with that, you get a few combinations, get a few pairs and stuff. So it's great to see certain characters paired up. So that's great to see. Murdoch's actually the one who gives Roy the Pokeball. So I thought that was pretty good too. He realizes that Wattrel wants to be with him, so he hands him one. Great stuff. So let's get to the other plot of the episode, and that's why I didn't say the Roy stuff was my favorite part, because this is definitely my favorite part of the episode. Spinel, he came and got what he wanted. No questions asked, no time wasted. He came and got what he wanted, and it was great to see. So Roy realizes that the thing that's causing all the ship's problems right now is the Magneton. The Magneton he spotted one and he tried to follow it, of course. This ended up getting ambushed by the Magneton and the Behemoth, Spinel's Pokemon, right? So he's actually getting thrashed at first. Like, he's getting his ass whooped like bad. But then he whips out the Terra Orb and uses Terastallization on his Charizard, and what a sequence. It looks amazing. I'd always love these demonstrations of these sequences where a character uses a certain gimmick. I love those scenes in this anime. I love them, and there's no exception here. It looks great. It looks amazing. And he takes out Behemoth with one move. But this was not really Spinel's plan, of course. He didn't care if he lost or not to not Roy. It doesn't matter if he lost or not to Friede, because he ends up getting what he came for in the first place. He ends up getting it anyway. He actually lures in Liko with because early in the episode, of course, Murdoch mentions that he was looking for a certain spice, a spicy spice, but he wasn't able to find it, right? But an advertisement actually comes up on Liko's phone about that exact spice. So she ends up going out in the city because she thinks it would be nice for him, of course. But he ends up going to the same alley where Friede was just at, and she is hypnotized by the Behemoth, and she ends up getting her pendant taken from her. So that's how that happens. That was shown in the preview, of course, so we already knew that was coming up. But we see how it happens in what do I call him? What a villain. He just came here. He just came here and got it. Definitely puts Amethio to shame. Amethio was out here trying to talk to him and ask him for it. He just came and got it. So that was great to see. Definitely my favorite part of the episode. I like villains like that. He just came and got what he wanted. He did not easily. He said it was child's play. He got it. He came and got it. Definitely like that. My favorite part of the episode, of course, is the whole 2-on-1 battle with Magneton, Behem, and FRIEDE. Of course, with FRIEDE using Trustalization. He uses one move though, so it's over pretty fast, which I think I don't like that, but I think that's the only part I don't like. It does end a little too fast. But overall, I kind of jump around all over the place with these reviews, but overall, it's definitely an improvement over last week, and we've been getting these cliffhangers for these episodes are crazy. Like, I think they've really been ending these episodes great. Definitely curious what happens next week with that. We do see the debut of Iono next week, and also the episode's animated by Masaki Iwane, my favorite animator. So I always love his episodes. So definitely excited to see that. But yeah, this episode is, like I said, definitely an improvement over last week. Good episode. Obviously I wouldn't really call it great, but it's definitely a good episode. Liked it. Definitely loved the Roy and Wattrel stuff. Definitely feels earned, and the FRIEDE stuff. The FRIEDE stuff is definitely, I think that's my favorite. The FRIEDE and Spinel stuff is definitely my favorite part of the episode. But what did you think about the episode? And what are your thoughts on the episode? What do you think is going to happen in the next episode? Comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one.